happy January. So I would be lying if I was to say that it hasn't taken every fibre of my being to get dressed and be ready to leave the house, but I've achieved one of my goals so far this morning, and I'm gonna go. Basically, I've been a bit rattled because I've got last minute work this evening and I'm terrible for powering through my whole day and then forgetting that I have work, and I would normally always start my new year in exactly the same way, which I'll be doing tomorrow, so I'll bring you along for that. But we have got up, we are starting. I think it's always really overwhelming when it's the first day back, and especially since it's currently the 6th, and I feel like every man and his dog has been back at work since the 2nd of January, which is absolutely not true, because I've seen everyone popping up today being like, I'm back. But yeah, I already feel like I'm behind. So if that is the feeling that you're having in January, no, you are not alone. I'm not going to be one of these people that's like, we must get on it and habit track and all of this. I am much gentler than that. But today we're just going to go run some errands, and then tonight we're taking down the Christmas installations we did last month. So I'm going to bring you along. Hello, so I'm back from the coffee shop. It was actually so productive, but they put the aircon on and definitely to try and like smoke us out that we're just there on our laptops, so I'm now freezing. But no, it was really productive. But it's so funny how you go from being off, not looking at your emails, to getting back into that world, and your brain is just pinging off in 25 million different directions. I have a lot of things to try and organise this year because I'm getting married, which is so exciting. But I also have a really busy summer of work, and the way that my job works, I'm a wedding florist, is that basically my weddings get booked the year before, but also all of my freelance work gets sorted for the year in January. So I just spoke to someone who was like, oh, it's my fault, I'm already so behind, like for a date that she wants me to work in October. But we got sorted and it's great. Tomorrow I'm going to do my year in review. It's called Year Compass. It's a free resource. I actually found this from, who was it? Someone, I will link who it was, but it's like a free resource, like a booklet that you can just download and fill in, that kind of rounds off last year and puts you into this year. So I appreciate this is probably coming out more near February, but if you're still feeling like maybe you've failed some of your New Year's resolutions, or things aren't quite working for you, like it's a really fun thing to do. Hello, so I know you can't see, but I've got new work trousers on, Sweaty Betty, so they're like stretchy but still profesh, because obviously I had already planned what I was going to do today. Still got my Christmas nails on, and well, I didn't completely forget. I knew this was happening, but I just did my day as if I wasn't working this evening. But I got my first day back, so we are going to go and take down the Christmas decorations that we put up at the room and baths. It's a beautiful evening. It's super cold, like the sun is going down, and you know where it's making all the silhouetted trees, you can sort of see it black like against the gorgeous blue sky. Moon's out, stunning. So I've got to go and get my coat on. Actually, I'm going to wolf down some dinner. It's 1 minute to 5, and try and put some snacks together, get my big coat on, catch up tomorrow more about New Year, what my plans are for this year, but just being kind to ourselves. Let's not rush away. I saw a great post that said that there is a reason that some people celebrate New Year in the spring, because that is when nature starts for the year, so you're allowed to rest now and be in winter and go with winter. I think I'll talk about this more tomorrow, but I really find in my job, or always in the year ahead, which is so ironic because we work seasonally and we work with seasonal materials as a florist, but we're always encouraged to be in like the next year of planning, or I'm planning for this summer's weddings like today, and everywhere around us, like as soon as Christmas is done, everything is in the shops now for Valentine's Day. You're never allowed to stop still where you are, so that's one of my things for this year. I really want to try and live more seasonally and more, and I think that will help me be more present, because I'm just sort of busy and everything's a whirlwind and I hate that. Obviously decided to talk to you when I need to get ready, so I will chat about this more tomorrow. We'll just have a catch up about how you are, how your Christmas was, and then we'll get on with this month, and I'll bring you along to anything fun I do. I don't know what it could be yet. We're taking down the massive tree outside, so all Christmas is done in Bath today. Take all of these down. So we've just taken these fireplaces off. now it's this, which feels such a shame because it looks so nice. And someone's actually in tonight cleaning the chandeliers. I cannot point when I do this. Okay, so Gemma's just gone out to get herself some food. Actually quite a scary place to be on your own in the middle of the night. It's not even that late, it's like 8 o'clock. But I'm gonna crack on putting these things away and then homeward for me. I've got squash in here, try and keep the energy up. Good morning, here's my dog, Maisie Moo. You coming down? No. Good morning. It is now the next day. Things haven't gone exactly to the plan I made yesterday because I slept in a little bit. However, I was taking down decorations in the Roman bath until like 10:30 at night, then got home, needed to wind down a little bit, so got to bed a little bit later than I thought, and I just had a little bit of a line. It's still only like 10:30. It's not crazy times, but I think I'm just gonna rejig what I'm gonna do. I've got some parcels to send for vintage, so I'm definitely gonna do them, and I really want to do the booklet thing I was telling you about, so I think I'm going to prioritize that for today because some of the other things I had an order to pick up as well and that got cancelled. So I'm just going with the flow. I'm trying to be an easier person at going with the flow. I'm all about being easy breezy on this channel, so we're going to get done what we can. Tiny bit of work to do in working on tomorrow, so yeah, just trying to get into January, feel it out. I'm going to go and grab myself some breakfast and I will come back with my cup of coffee and we'll have a quick chat. Okay, so I'm back with my cup of tea, which I actually just, coffee that I just dropped all over the floor. That was the most neurodiverse making of breakfast you've ever seen. So I normally come down and have like a whole routine that I do with Maisie, but because that had been done, I literally just kept looking around like, and what stage am I at now? But we've made it. I have porridge, so I won't chat for too long, but I'm here with my coffee cup. This is what I got last year, so obviously it looks exactly like Maisie, which is so cute. But in the spirit of that, I wanted to check in on you. How was Christmas? This year we saw literally everyone, but it's just such a wild roller coaster, and I don't know if I said it before in the clip about the Roman bath, but I just feel like I've not been out in the real world. Like I've been over the whole country and I've seen so many people, but in places that I used to live as a very different version of me, but also like, yeah, you just go from house to house to house. So then being inside the Roman bath, looking out at everyone in town and just being like, I don't really know what's going on. Like my reality feels a bit odd at the moment, but it was really nice and we're so lucky that we got to see so many people. We had a really fortunate year and I've not necessarily always had that where I move into a new year where I'm like, oh, this year was actually really good. Like if I had the same, I'd be so delighted. So yeah, I wasn't sure what to do with myself there, but just lots of gratitude, I guess, and like reflection on that. But on that, I did get a few gifts that I thought would be nice to show, not as like a look what I got, but as a they're going to help me with some things I want to do this year or I just think are really nice. So number one, I get this from my mum. I started maybe 2 years ago. I'm dyslexic, so reading is very tough for me. I've read one of the A Court of Thorn and Roses and I'm on 2 and I'm desperately struggling because getting through the bit where they're setting up, I'm just like, once I'm in the story, can't put it down, but I'm like, I read so slowly, please get to the point. So this is great. So I've got an Audible subscription. I get 1 book a month. I love to listen when I'm driving around for work, but also I usually listen to books where I learn quite a lot of stuff. So I'm excited for the new year. I kind of got out of the habit of it at the end of last year, so I'm excited this year to get back into that. This is another sort of hobby one. I'm a florist, but last year was the first time I've ever grown flowers. Turned out very hard. There were so many slugs, but I grew all of my favourite flowers, which are annuals. So they only flower for that 1 year and then they die back. So this year I was like, I must actually plant some perennials, which are ones that come back every year just of their own accord, because it is quite a lot of work. But then I got this lovely flower seed pack of Lewis's Grandma, which actually has so many varieties in, so I'm really excited to just plant them all in and sort of see what thrives and what doesn't. So that's exciting. Oh, and along that, not really related, but I thought this was so cute, Lewis got me this, which is a company in Exeter, which is a little bee revival kit, because I'm obsessed with bees. I always have been, but actually last year I saved 3 bees. I didn't have this with me, I just sort of got them out of the blazing heat and things like that, but it's now on my car key, so I've got this, which is so cute. And then these are actually both from Lewis's mum, which is so cute. This one is matcha. So I love coffee, but I only really can have one a day. If I have a second one in the afternoon, I go absolutely loopy. But sometimes it's nice to have, like, especially in the winter, I want something that's a bit more of a treat than like a herbal tea. I'm very into herbal teas. I just don't like English breakfast tea. I want something with milk in, essentially. So I thought if I got matcha, it would probably release the caffeine in a different way, like tea does, which is a bit more gentle, and be a bit more of a treat for an afternoon. But obviously the powder and the whisk thing is relatively expensive for like what it is, so I'm so excited that I got that. And she also got me, which I think is so cute, this is like handcrafted glass, and again it's got a little bee on it, which is so cute, with flowers, a little tea light holder, which has actually been so nice, because when we took down all of the Christmas decorations, loads of them are candles, and I'm not really a candle out of winter person, but it's still going to be winter for a couple of months, so this has been really nice to light when we took everything down and I was a bit sad. So yeah, those are some cute ones. I would definitely 100% recommend this, if nothing else, if you're stuck for gifts for people, because I just honestly thought it was so cute. Yeah, and if they've got any hobbies or things they can do, Lewis also bought me, I wanted to show you this cutest little bit of Lego. He got some Lego because he loves like gifts where you're at people's houses, you sat around chatting, you can like do something with. And he bought me, it's like this tiny little truck with a donut on the top. And I just loved making it, and we sat together and it's really cute. I'll actually insert the footage. He filmed us doing a time lapse of it. I love quality time, like it's definitely one of my love languages, so it's so nice to sit together and just do something. Anyway, I've chatted on for ages. I'm gonna get my breakfast down me, and then this afternoon I'm definitely going to do my year's reflections before we get on with the rest of the month. So I'm in Lewis's car, which I've just had to defrost, so if you can hear the heaters, I'm sorry, but it is minus 0.5 degrees. Very cold. I'm going to go to work in a second. I don't know if I told you, actually turn the fans down, there we go. But yesterday I had loads of things to do in the morning. My day started off a bit wonky because I got up late. Then I had all this stuff to do. We cleared loads over January clear out. Had 4 bags of clothes, 3 bags of soft plastics, 2 vintage parcels to deliver, packed it all in my car. My battery wouldn't start. This has happened before. I got an alarm fitted because I got robbed once, and basically if I don't run it like a lot, the alarm runs down the battery. So this has happened before, so we've got a booster, so hopefully that will help later. But I've got to get to work. Luckily she told me we're doing a takedown as well, because I was wearing like leopard print, green, every colour under the sun. I was going to wear my new red, they're not bolds, but they are Adidas colourful trainers. Let's get to work. I couldn't find my water bottle this morning, so I brought this one, which is from Flower Vision, which is where we get some of our flowers, and it's like that sort of metal inside where the whole water just tastes so off. Like I believe it feels the same if you have tea in like one of those like keep warm containers or in cardboard for too long. I'm literally having to force myself to drink it, but currently at the studio. These are the prep days that I do. Honestly, I was thinking then, I was like, does this look really boring? My pink, what are these called? Marigolds. But I am inside in a coat. It's January, it's freezing, and actually you'd be so surprised at how much of my job as both a florist and a stylist at weddings is cleaning, polishing, resetting stuff. Like, there is so much of that happens. If your wedding happens one day, guaranteed that's about a week's work for us, between setting everything up, making, doing, delivering it, because then we take it down, we've got to redo everything. And the thing is, we are as sustainable as possible, which is absolutely fabulous, but obviously that means you've got to wash and reuse things. Like, you can't just throw them away and start again. I actually see my new work pants a little bit better here. They're so nice. They're from Sweaty Betty, so they're kind of like not wearing joggers at work, but just like stretchy smart work pants. So I love those. I'm just waiting for who I'm working with to get here with the van, because we're going to go and do a quick collection from a wedding fair that they did. And I feel like I've brought you along on like the most random week, because later I'm actually getting my wisdom tooth removed. This is something I booked in last year, and I really didn't think about it beyond that. And now I'm like, I felt my teeth yesterday and was like, I don't feel like there's enough there in the top for me to have anything left to chew with, which obviously isn't true. So I've been feeling a bit worried about it. I've had my bottom ones removed, and at the time, I can't remember what they gave me, but it's meant to just make you feel a bit more relaxed. And I actually passed out. My mum was there, who is a doctor, well, was a doctor, she's retired. So she checked my vitals, was like, she's fine. But I was like loopy. I was like in the waiting room, and they were just checking that I was okay to leave, like falling asleep. This might be her actually, and yeah, she had to take me home, and I literally thought I was just gonna go and then drive myself home. So Leo's is on standby. I bought loads of soup. I just had carrots, hula hoops, like everything crunchy for my lunch. So I'll let you know how that goes, but if I'm talking weird tomorrow, that's why. It is now the next day, it's the next afternoon. It's currently -2 outside, and my mum says in Bradford later it's going to get to -11, and in Glasgow someone that works with Lewis said it was going to be -17, which is just absolutely nuts. I have had a morning working from home because I was supposed to be going to the studio. I help a supplier, I do some of her admin bits, but we decided it was going to be too treacherous. And actually, when I got home yesterday, I had my wisdom tooth removed. I was going to show you my soup, but I've literally just eaten it. I'm just on that soup girl life now. I hate soup. I don't actually, it tastes really delicious. Don't know what my vendetta against soup is, but I'm quite sad about it, and I just feel constantly starving. I'm not, I think it's just the fact I know I can't just, when I'm stressed I eat, so I think I'm like, surely I'm starving because I can't properly eat. But it was absolutely fine. It was done in 15 minutes. I've never known anything like it. I realised last time I had a dental surgeon, so my bottom ones must have been really far in, so that's probably why they gave me something that made me pass out. So wisdom tooth removal went good. Got home, we're like, was planning to go to the studio today, so Lewis was trying to jumpstart my car because my battery is dead. It didn't work, and then the battery started leaking, so we had to disconnect that. Frantic calls to his dad, and then honestly like 2 hours of trying to sort it out, trying to book one. I'm a member of like this company, so we were trying to get the discount, back and forth between the app and the bloody internet. Anyway, got to the final checkout, honestly like 2 hours later, it shot up by 50 quid, did the price, and I was like, they're not having my business, so I booked with someone else. They're coming tomorrow. But yeah, just so much frantic energy for after 4 o'clock on the first week of January, and it's technically the second, but like first week back doing stuff. So I'm so actually glad to be working from home. So I'm gonna crack on with the bits I've got to do, because it's been a very like year planning heavy morning, but I actually have some like weekly tasks that I have to get done. And then tomorrow I think I'll get back on my things. I was going to go to Dunelm as well and get some candles, but classic tale of this week, they keep not having enough in stock, so I've finally given in and they're delivering them. So we're just ebbing and flowing, and you'll be happy to know that I can still eat on one side. So actually nuts and stuff is probably off guard. If I could ever get into this bloody box, this is like, you know, we just shove it all in at the end of Christmas, although that's not all of it. Literally look at this cupboard full. So exciting. So I'm gonna have some chocolate because I need an immediate sweet treat after eating, and then I'll get back on with work. Good morning. So it is now Saturday. I really like this outfit actually. Oh, Maisie's coming to help. Today was spent just doing loads of like admin-y things that I needed to get done this year. So I just ploughed on with that. But today is Saturday. We've had a lovely lazy morning. Now we're about to do a bit of Wedmin. I need to actually ask for some more addresses before we can send these out. These are our invites. I really want to show you, but I don't want to show you any of the details. And Maisie's also trying to eat them. Hey. So hilariously, if you don't know, I'm a wedding florist. That's my job. And I also work as a wedding stylist, freelance. And it is hard planning your wedding. It's so easy for other people. Maisie, leave. But it's a lot harder for yourself. I also was like, everyone's going to expect me to have a pink and orange disco balls wedding. I will never do that. Yeah, but here is the colours. Pink and orange. I didn't mean to do this, but yeah, I'm going to try and show you this without showing you all of the details. So this is the front. So we've got like lovely little bows. These are some of the colours of our wedding. We're getting married, us, and then that's like the details. How cute. I actually love the back more, I think, than the front. It's got this gorgeous little border. We just did this on canvas. This is the attire bit, which I love. I literally put like our colour scheme here. So there's actually quite a lot to pick from, and then I basically wrote attire formal. The wedding colours are above for inspiration, not a necessity. However, Jess loves vibrant colours. Shock. So we encourage you to embrace them. Essentially, everyone I've then spoken to, I was like, if your choice is a black dress or a colour that you like to wear, please just choose the colour. It's an autumn wedding, so all I'm trying to avoid is every single person turning up in burnt orange, although I do appreciate that there is quite a lot of orange and green on there, so I'm thinking I'm just going to see a sea of forest green and burnt orange, but we've tried our best. My bridesmaids won't be wearing those colours, and my mum definitely isn't, because she's showing me what she's got. And then I love this on the front. We've got our letters in a heart, and then this is a little Maisie. So yeah, so we're going to do a little bit of Wedmin. Oh, and then the option when we went on the printing website was they had different coloured envelopes, and there was all like sensible ones, and then this was the boldest one, and I just can't wait for this to come through everyone's letterbox. So we delayed sending them. We've given quite a few out to people in person, but we've delayed sending them because I didn't want them to get lost in the Christmas card frenzy. So I'm very excited. And later we're going to go for a frosty walk, and tomorrow the plan is to try and go on a new walk. Someone that I work for is also I haven't just got Maisie, but she's just got a puppy, so she has sent me a non-muddy walk through the canal. So we're going to try that, and then failing that, we're going to go to this place called the Boathouse. If you ever come and visit Bath, the Boathouse is a really nice pub that's next to the Park and Ride. There's actually got rooms in it. We suggested Lewis's dad stay there one year when he came in for the Christmas markets, which is really busy, and Bath gets really expensive at that time of year, so that's my top tip. So we're going to try and go to the new one, but if not, we'll go on a walk from there. This is my mum's old ski coat that I made her give me. Lewis kept saying I needed to get a sensible rainproof coat, and then this is what I turned up with. Like, it's from the 80s, isn't it amazing? I've last minute invited myself around to my neighbour's house. I'm carrying around a half bottle of wine, literally with a stopper in it. So just continues the most random week ever. So I'm going to pop round to hers just for like an hour. I was doing Wedman for ages, and Lewis was on the PlayStation. I thought I'm just going to end up just doing jobs and jobs and jobs. So I have basically just asked if I can pop round, which is so nice of her. See you later. Bye. Good morning, baby. Good morning. So it's now a few days later. I've made myself a matcha. I think I might have actually put a bit too much matcha in it. Maisie's excited. It's a little bit bitter, but we're going to try and power through. I just wanted to check back in and say thank you for spending the week with me. It was my full intention to get through to vision boards and everything with you, but as you can see, I really ploughed in because I had so much to do that I was like, I'll do that when the new year hits. And I don't really relax very well if I'm like, I know there's something on my to-do list, but I got a great bulk of stuff done, and then had a day where I just didn't sleep from the anxiety of it all, and then had to really reset. So I went in a bit too hard, which is fine to admit. But I really need to listen to what I said and take it easy. So I was desperate to sit you down and talk through my last vision board and make the new one. But every time I did, I got interrupted, tech wasn't working. And I thought it's not meant to be, and I want to enjoy the process of doing it. And actually already I'm doing like little changes and things. I've got like weights down there, and once a week I'm going to do like a tiny little workout just to try and make myself stronger, because otherwise my work hits me like a ton of bricks in May. But I will be taking you along for other different weeks that I've got, but I really just wanted to make sure that I could get a video out a month to you. So I'm not going to sit down and do my full vision board, but I am going to link below Ellen Miller, who did the going all the way through her old vision board, which I really loved and was going to try and recreate, so you can watch her video below. And also a podcast which was so amazing, which was Alice, I can't remember her last name, talking about setting goals for the year. And she does two things which I've never heard creators talking about before, which my fiance actually said to me before. One of them is to set realistic goals, and she was like, if her people that work with her set a goal, she's like, no, go even under that, because we want you to be able to achieve them, and then you can raise the bar, but you're going to be so frustrated if you don't make it happen. And the second one was make the goals, but then look at everything you've got coming up in the next 3 months. So she does them as quarterly goals, everything you've got coming up in the next 3 months, and then plan your goals according to that. And it's so true. I was just plowing on and like, I will get everything done in January. That's not conceivable. I'm only one person. I've got lots of other things to be doing, and you can't keep that momentum forever. Plus, as you saw last week, I got a wisdom tooth out and my car battery randomly died. There's just things that come up that you're going to have to deal with, and if you've allowed no time for that, you're just going to be frustrated. So I did a big reset on Monday. I had a bath, and now I'm just taking it a little bit more easily. So I hope you can take my rather chaotic week. You know, I didn't maybe start with the intentions that I wanted to, and I haven't got everything done, but that's absolutely fine. You don't have to change everything, and you can take a little bit of time to figure out what you'd like to do with the year. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed spending the week with me, and I will see you very soon.